Alright, we finally did it. We got the OG Milwaukee 6.0, the big boy. This thing's only 3 out of 4, so not a full charge, but I got this Subaru crank bolt. I'm going to see if it can do it. They're usually torqued somewhere around 120, 130 foot-pounds. Yes, I'm still using an adapter. I don't have a 22mm and 3/8 drive, but let's see. Yep, I knew it was going to. When it first started hitting it, it moved it. I could tell it was going to. It was just going to take a little bit. So, it's pretty impressive. Alright, we're back. For all my haters, you guys seem to love / hate my last video on this thing. So, as you can see now, I have the true Milwaukee battery, guys. The official OEM. First video, we used these Knockoff 6.0 batteries, Van brand. They did decent. The 2.0 batteries were absolute junk. As you can see, this one broke. This one actually is broken as well. It's broken out of the case. So, it's plastic. So, if you drop it, odds are it's going to break either way. But just let it be noted that both of the aftermarket batteries broke in their cases. This battery I've only had for about a month or a month and a half, roughly. But we're just gonna do the same test we did the first time with the lug nuts, and yes, I'm gonna use the same lug nut adapter socket, because when you have a specialty lug nut, you have to use a lug nut key, and in order to use a lug nut key, you have to use a socket. So the only thing that'll be different this time is we won't be using a 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter, and I'll actually do the second run with the 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter just to show that there's virtually no difference. So with that being said, if you don't like that I'm using a lug nut socket, then I don't know what to tell you. It's, using a deep socket is literally pushing you just as equally far away from the drive unit as a lug nut socket. So either which way. I know this gun is not meant for lug nut sockets. It is meant for smaller bolts, but at the same time, most lug nuts are only torqued to anywhere from 80 to 125 foot-pounds until you start getting into trucks and heavier duty stuff. So a gun that's rated at 250 should have absolutely no problem taking off a nut that's torqued to 125 or 150. And if you want to argue with me about that, I'd love to hear it, because yes, it will never probably put out the true 250, but it should be able to do half of it with virtually no effort. So, with that being said, yes, I know these batteries are not equally comparable as the true Milwaukee, but how much are they removing power? Or how much power are they removing, I should say? Are they removing 50% power? I highly doubt it. I could maybe see 15 to 25% power. That might be understandable, but even at that number, this gun should still be outputting somewhere around 160 to 180 foot-pounds. So either way, I know none of this is scientific data. There's other channels out there that do a much greater job at doing the numbers and the calculations and all that, so hats off to them. And if you want to see that, then you should probably be on those channels. This is real world testing, because that's how I use my tools. I use them in the real world to do real work. I don't use them to do calculations and formulas and so on and so forth. Not hating on those people. I think it's really cool, and it's good to know what the tool can do, but I'm just saying I'm showing you a real world test. That's what I'm doing. So if you don't like it, that's fine. You didn't have to click the video. And with that being said, if you guys are watching this video, I'd highly appreciate if you could just hit the thumbs up button and possibly even subscribe if you do enjoy the video, because on my last video, YouTube was putting ads on my video and my channel's not even monetized. So it's kind of messed up that I'm taking the time out of my day and giving you guys the information and the entertainment, and YouTube's making money off of me and I'm not even getting anything. So if you don't mind, just hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe if you enjoy and you want to see more stuff like this. So we got the good, well, the halfway good batteries charging. So once we get those fully charged up, this battery is 4 out of 4, but it's not fresh off the charger, so we're gonna let that one charge up last. But once we do that, we will be torquing these lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds. And to the guy who said that to get a real torque wrench, my torque wrench is Snap-on brand, and it's not from 1970 either. He said it looks like it's from 1970. So Snap-on, if you can read that. And this is it goes up to 250 foot-pounds. So it might be a little bit hard to read, but this is the 50 to 250 torque wrench. Normally I thought it said it somewhere, but either way, here's the part number for you guys. If we can focus, there we go. So QD3R250, aka 250 foot-pounds. So I don't know what you were seeing in that last video, bud, but this is about as good as it gets. It might not be the newest one, but it works. And also, with that being said, even if this thing was from 1970, what does it even matter? If it's calibrated, it's calibrated. All right, we got the torque wrench set to 100 foot-pounds. Hopefully you guys can see that. All these nuts are under 100 foot-pounds. I just backed them off, so none of them are over 100. And let's see. I'm gonna switch hands here. See if I can do this with one hand. I'm gonna hear from my hater. Oh, I gotta put the car in gear. All my haters are gonna tell me how I'm not applying 100 foot-pounds in this situation because of the extension or the socket or whatever. So feel free to let me know. All right, there's one. All right, so those are all torqued to 100 foot-pounds exactly with a Snap-on torque wrench. All right, the Knockoff 6.0 battery is fully charged. Pulling it off the charger now. 2.0 Knockoff battery fully charged. I just put it on. It was pretty much fully charged to start. And now we're gonna put the true Milwaukee 6.0 on there. Shouldn't take too long because, as you saw, it was 4 out of 4 in the gun, so that should be done shortly. While that one's charging up, we're gonna start with the 6.0 and do one of these lug nuts just to see how it does. All right, so 4 out of 4, we got the shortest 3/8 drive 3/4 inch socket with the lug nut socket on there to obviously get onto this lug nut. Let's see how it does. This is the Knockoff 6.0 battery. Nothing. And just to show, it is on 3 out of 3. So 6.0 can't do it. It's hitting hard enough to get the socket stuck on there though. So just remember, this one we won't touch because we've already done that one. Let's go grab the 2.0 and see how that does. All right, 2.0 Knockoff 4 out of 4. mode 3. We're gonna do this top left one because we haven't touched that one yet. Let's see. This one we're gonna have to, it's gonna be a little tricky. Kinda have to hold the battery in. Alright, so you can just see, and well, you can't see, but you can hear it is way, way weaker. And then the gun actually cuts out when it's hammering because it just doesn't have enough power. So far, same as the last video. One less adapter and a shorter socket, I believe. I can't remember if I used a deep or shallow in the first video, but either way, no more adapter. So we eliminated that, guys, but still didn't change much. We're just waiting for the true Milwaukee to finish up, and then we'll test that one out. Alright guys, true Milwaukee, fully charged. Gonna pull it off and test it out. Alright, 4 out of 4, mode 3 on the lug nut that we haven't touched yet. It did it. So I'm gonna re-torque all 3 of these just to show it once more. And we're gonna swap to the setup that we used last time, just to prove to you guys that the adapter is not making much of a difference. And I'll fully admit that obviously the battery is the difference here because those couldn't do it. But I just want to show that with the extra adapter, it's still gonna pull it off no problem. So for everybody who was acting like the adapter was the problem, definitely not. Alright, pretty sure this is a setup we had last time. 3/8 to half inch 19mm, and then the lug nut socket. So try this one out. Pull it off no problem. That took much longer, but still did it. So I think that kind of just proves that the battery is the main cause. Maybe this adapter is doing a little something. I will admit that that was a decent amount of change, but like I said earlier, it's not going to kill 50% of the power. It might kill 10, or it might kill 15 to 25%. I could see that, but either way, for all my haters from the last video, I'll fully admit that the battery was majority of the reasoning of why it was not as powerful. Obviously the battery is like one of the main components to the tool, so I should have just sucked it up and bought the Milwaukee battery from the start. I will admit that. I'm totally guilty of that. But either way, I really do like this tool. It's been good to me. It's done virtually everything I've asked it to. With that being said, let me just show you that it probably will pull this 32mm axle nut off, and that's fully staked right now too. I don't really want to pull it off because it's already staked, but I'm gonna do it anyway for the video. So we're gonna have to, I don't have a choice in this situation because I don't have a 32mm socket in 3/8 drive. But we're gonna put this adapter on, grab the 32, and see if it'll do it. Let's see here. This is with the true Milwaukee battery. Wow. That was pretty easy, truthfully. Let's go to the other side and put the Knockoff 6.0 on. Alright, other side, we got the Knockoff one, and this axle nuts, it has also been staked over. That one actually looks a little bit, might have been done a little bit better, but either way. So that thing. So you can hear it just dying down as it's hammering. The battery's just losing all of its amperage. Let me go grab the Milwaukee, pop that in, and I'd be willing to bet that it's gonna break it free. Let's see here. Oh. There you have it. I was definitely wrong. Milwaukee battery is way stronger than this guy, which, you know, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's wrong every once in a while. But with that being said, I'm sure that there is a knockoff battery out there that performs equally to the Milwaukee, because at the end of the day, there's only so many different people making batteries. There's only a couple different companies manufacturing them. But anyway, either way though, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. I'll put some more clips in of the tool getting used, you know, throughout my work days. But overall, I would absolutely recommend this tool. Whether it be a home user or a full-time mechanic, I don't think either party will be disappointed in the purchase, especially considering it's pretty cheap fairly. I think it's like the bare tool is about 150 bucks. Granted, the battery, if you get the 6.0, it's going to run you about another $70 to $90 depending where you get it, possibly even more. I got a pretty good deal on mine, but they're still expensive, don't get me wrong. Next, I'm probably going to buy maybe one of the 2.0, or like a 2-pack of the 2.0 Milwaukees, and maybe a 4-pack also to have around. This 6.0 lasts like forever. As you saw earlier in the video, it was 4 out of 4 before I charged it, and I've been using it for like, I don't use it all day, but I've used it quite a bit, multiple days, and it didn't even deplete off of the full bar. So very impressed with that. But I just want to get a couple more of the true Milwaukees to have around, because obviously these are not that great, and also the whole case issue, they just seem to fall apart very easily. With that being said, who knows how long this will last after its first fall. But either way, hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said before, if you did enjoy it, please give a comment, a like, and a subscribe to the channel. I want to do more videos like this in the future. We also do a lot of just automotive videos in general, different repairs, different custom work. So feel free to check it out. I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe. And hopefully this video kind of clears up any doubts or concerns that you guys might have had from the initial first video. But it is what it is. Can't make everybody happy, right? All right, peace out.